I've been sitting here looking around on Sporkle at some NHL quizzes because it's been quite some time since I posted one on the channel, and I know there's a good bit of you that enjoy these, and I came across this quiz, NHL Free Agency 2023 one-way contracts. Somebody already made this, Stars Fan 91. Not sure how up to date it is, if it has, the most recent signing, but there's 115 on here. I believe it includes players that re-upped with their team as well, and extensions and stuff like that. We have a 25-minute timer. Probably not going to use up all that time because who wants to watch me do a quiz for that long? But let's go ahead and get started. I'll be honest, I'm not that confident that I'm going to do well in this because I feel like free agency this year was kind of a mess, especially on day one. Twitter was like broken. You had that whole rate limit exceeded thing during the first day of free agency, and it was really hard to keep up with a bunch of signings. So I'm going to do my best. My goal is 50%. I don't know if I'm kind of selling myself short, but we will see. The Boston Bruins, Lucic. I know they signed Geeky as well. Van Riemsdyk. James Van Riemsdyk. Am I tripping? Van Riemsdyk. Do I have to put his full name or something? James Van Riemsdyk. There we go. I guess I had to put his full name. 1.05 for 1 year and 800K for 2 years. Can't really think of those. The Buffalo Sabres, 3.333 for 3 years. That's an interesting deal, but for some reason I can't think of it. Those are some pretty big ones though, like over 3 mil, and nothing's ringing a bell. I feel like that's not a good sign for the rest of this quiz. The Calgary Flames, 925K, not going to get that. Carolina, I know they had a busy free agency. Bunting, they re-signed Jesper Fast. 3.4 mil for 2 years. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind on that again. Not a good sign. The Blackhawks, 2 years, 2 mil. Nothing's jumping into my mind. Colorado, Miles Wood is one of those. Jonathan Drouin. Who is 3.85 for 2 years, though? Like, again, that's a pretty big one, and nothing's coming to my mind. This is not going to be good. The Dallas Stars, Matt Duchene, one of my favorite signings of free agency. Detroit, I should get all these. I made an entire video on the Red Wings free agency. Got Ghost. And then we have Justin Hall on there. Sprong. Costin should be on there as well. 1.5, that'd be James Reimer. Alex Lyon. Christian Fisher. And then that's probably Gustav Lindstrom's extension. There we go. So we get all the Red Wings. The Oilers, didn't Connor Brown sign there for like over 4 mil or something? Okay, it says Connor Brown for 775K. He got more than that, so I'm not sure what's up there. But we got also Patrick Brown for the Boston Bruins, which is good. Let's move on to Florida. They signed Nico Mikola. There we go. Ekman Larson. Rodriguez. Kulikov, I believe, is back there as well. Kulikov. There we go. And then some other cheap signings that I can't think of at the moment, so we'll move on to the Los Angeles Kings. Oh, yeah, nothing's ringing a bell for a lot of these. Again, wasn't confident in my abilities coming into this, but let's still try to get 50%. We're still a ways off. The Nashville Predators, you got Ryan O'Reilly. Shen. 3.185 for 2 years. A lot of the ones I'm missing are probably going to be extensions too. But yeah, I can't really think of anyone else for Nashville for some reason. The Islanders, though, should get the majority of these. I feel like that 8-year deal is Sorokin. They gave Mayfield and Engvall a bunch of term. Engvall. There we go. And then 2.75 for 4 years. Not sure who that would be. But I did just also... Or was that... Why did Garnet Hathaway just pop into my mind? Where did he sign? For some reason, I just thought he went up to Boston, but he didn't re-sign in Boston. Oh, I think it was Philadelphia. Hathaway. There we go. Garnet Hathaway for the Flyers. I don't know why he just popped into my brain. The New York Rangers. I know Blake Wheeler, but probably not going to get any of those other, smaller signings. The Ottawa Senators. Korpisalo. And then you have 2 mil for 1 year. They re-signed Hamonic, I think. Yep. Travis Hamonic. Zach McEwen. Didn't he sign there? But I think that was a 3-year deal. And I'm not sure if it's that up to date. I think that signing just happened the other day. The Pittsburgh Penguins, though, Tristan Jarry, Got a nice extension. Ryan Graves got a pretty big deal. Nola Chari, Kyle Dubas brought him with him from Toronto pretty much. 2.45 for 2 years. Can't think of anybody there. The Sharks, guessing that's the Blackwood extension. Other than that, they didn't do too many things that are all that significant. The Kraken, I know they signed Yamamoto. And then 3.15 for 2 years. Nothing's ringing a bell there. The Tampa Bay Lightning, I know they got Glendening. There we go. $2 million for 3 years. Who is that? I have no idea. This is not good. The Leafs, we should get all those because, again, I just made a video on them yesterday. Domi, Bertuzzi, and then Ryan Reeves and Dylan Gambrell. There we go. Vancouver, 3.25 for 3 years. Who is that? I know they signed Ian Cole to that 1-year deal. But who is the 3.25 for 3 years? Uh-oh. Can't think of that one right now. The Washington Capitals, Pacioretty, one of my favorite signings of free agency. I think that has a ton of potential. 2.675 for 3 years. No clue. I know the Jets got Laurent Brossoit back. They re-signed Nemesnikov. Yeah. So we're at 52 of 115. Let's try to get at least 60. Again, I feel like this year's free agency was all just kind of a blur because of Twitter being down. It was hard to follow everything. And I actually didn't make an entire free agency review this year either because the class, wasn't as good as the past couple years. So that probably plays a role in me not knowing all these as well. I feel like I should get this one. Like, who did Buffalo sign? I feel like it was a defenseman maybe, but man, Nashville 3.185. I might honestly have to give up. Like, I don't just want to sit here and think and, not say anything while you guys are watching. And I don't want to make a cut either because then you could think I'm cheating and searching up the answers. But, yeah, I might just have to call it there. Or maybe I should just, go over in my head, all the best free agents coming into free agency. But even then, I'm drawing a blank. Doing these when you're recording is a lot harder than when you're just sitting there, laying on the couch or laying in bed and doing it on your phone. I really wanted to get to 15%, but I don't think, or not 15%, 50%, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it. I'm trying to just look if there's any big numbers we missed. 2.75 for 4 years. That's a pretty significant contract. I just can't think of who that would be. The Penguins, 2.45 by 2 years is a lot. Tampa, who did they give $6 million to? Who did Tampa Bay give $6 million to? Yikes, dude. This is not good. I didn't get anyone for Buffalo. Chicago only made one signing, I guess. You know what? I feel like I'm going to be letting a lot of you guys down, but I'm going to click give up. I feel like there's going to be a lot of you who finish with a higher score than me. Robert Hagg, I wouldn't have got that. Bukestad and Stetcher, probably wouldn't have got those. Kevin Shattenkirk, I remember saying I liked that signing when they made it, so I probably should have got that. Connor Clifton, Eric Johnson, Tyson Jost. Osterley, probably wouldn't have got that. Freddie Anderson, okay, I definitely should have got that. And Antti Ranta, I knew they re-signed both those guys. Probably wouldn't have got Donato. This was an extension, so those are kind of going over my head a little bit. Not really seeing any yet that are making me really mad at myself. So that's a good sign. Nyquist, okay. Well, that's a embarrassing one. LA, yeah, none of these really big signings. Varlamov, okay, that's what that was. Eric Gustafson, okay, I should have got that and quick, honestly. I know they're cheap deals, but should have known those. Paling, Mark Stahl. Brian Dumoulin, that's a pretty significant one. Nedeljkovic, Eller, Connor Sherry, that's who it was for Tampa. That's who they gave $6 million to. Okay, honestly, looking at all these, I'm not too upset with myself. I got 45%, which is less than the average score. Yikes, I don't think I've ever posted a quiz on the channel where I've got less than the average score, but hey, there's a first for everything. As always, I will leave a link to this quiz down below at the top of the description if you guys want to go and try it for yourself before you watch me do it. I probably should have said that at the start of the video and not the end, but again, better late than never, so link to the quiz at the top of the description. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see more quiz videos just like this, then be sure to leave a like on the video. That's the best way to let me know that you enjoyed. And most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want more NHL content just like this all summer long. And I will talk to you all soon.